Hey everyone, Joe here from ActionX. Welcome to What's on the Tube, or welcome back if you have been following me on my rookie Season 2 coverage, and now here we are. We are predicting Season 3. Now, before, when I was planning this, was that, ironically, I believe the original day I was planning to film this, I could not record it, so I had to punt it back. I had to change my schedule up a little bit because, spoilers, my personal life took over the recording day that I was planning on doing the Rookie Season 3 predictions video, and so in turn, when I was away doing that, I got news that yes, the Rookie has been renewed for Season 3. So excited, so happy. I was actually going to start a hashtag Renew Rookie movement today on this episode, but I don't have to because we're already getting Season 3. When will that happen? Will we see? We're going to talk about that today. Spoilers, I don't have all the answers. I wish I did, because then I wouldn't be making this video. But anyway, so hopefully, let's enjoy the ride. So again, before I begin, there will be major spoilers for Rookie Season 2. So if you have not seen Rookie Season 2, please turn away. Go watch the entire season of The Rookie, which is now available on Hulu if you have it. Otherwise, you'll have to wait for it on DVD this fall, which I would say I would be buying, but they're a little bit too pricey for me, so I'm not going to probably buy it at launch. I tend to wait till Black Friday, but for some reason, Rookie is never on sale. So I'll probably have to bite the bullet someday and buy the full price, which is like $32 or something. Which I know I claim for it to be my favorite TV show right now. I just do not like spending that much money on DVDs. Also, I apologize if the light source in the back is a little bit too bright. Trying to record these sporadically. Had a free day today, so I just wanted to get advantage of the opportunity and get this recorded. So anyway, let's get down to it. So we got Season 3. It's been confirmed by ABC themselves. We're getting Season 3. The question is when? Well, I would say fall. The problem is with COVID still continuing to rage around the world. I honestly don't know. Given how the CW had already made the bold move that besides Supernatural's final episodes, its television season properly will not begin until January of 2021. And it is a bold move for them to say, no, we're not. Because I heard a report that, and this is a side note, we'll get back to Rookie in a second, but I heard that there was reports from Vancouver, from Canada, that, hey, we are allowing productions to resume filming, abided they follow these guidelines, starting next month to July, which is usually the time period where they would start production on the next television season. However, I don't believe the CW is going to want to implement those guidelines just yet, just to get them out quicker. I feel like we're personally not ready to start production on any shows again. I don't believe so. I still think that's still a couple months away before we get to that point. So with that being said, however, I do believe that other networks might follow suit and just announce tentatively these shows will be returning in 2021. So I very much doubt we'll get Rookie Season 3 at any point in 2020. It really sucks because honestly, this was my very first show I reviewed / my top show of recent years, it hurts me to say that, but you know, the safety of the cast and the crew are the utmost importance. They are much more important than us as the fans because they got to protect their health, they got to protect themselves, and I am comfortable waiting until 2021 till the next season. So for me personally, I don't see this season coming out till next year, and I don't see any other show coming out except animated shows. I guess animated shows are more well into the pipeline. But even speaking about that, and plus there's a lot of other TV shows to watch. But anyway, so my personal opinion, we won't get Rookie Season 3 till about 2021. I don't even want to say early 2021 because, again, we don't know. They could start production in November, let's just say hypothetically, that we would probably not even get an episode out till March because they need to bang out these episodes. Anywho, moving on from that, where do I want to see story-wise with Season 3? So when I did my Season 2 finale review, I kind of titled it as the end of the beginning because that is the end of the beginning of John Nolan's story. No matter how you know, even like let's just say my cliche anime episode titles out of the window for this one. You can't deny this is the end of John Nolan's like first real year on the job. Again, I know I made in the reviews, I spoke clearly that when the time period of these last 2 episodes began, they were just entering their last 30 days. So yes, you could technically say, well, they're not done yet. They still got 30 more days, but like, let's just be honest. There's absolutely no way that this is going to be resolved fairly quickly. I feel like this is just the beginning of a whole new chapter for John Nolan. And I just don't see. I saw the end of season 2 as the end of the beginning. When we do come back, it'll be the beginning of the middle part of the story. How long will that middle part last? Hopefully a while. I don't see it. Again, biased opinion here. I really want Rookie to go on for a long time. So I just don't see them wrapping up that storyline for a while. But anyway, that besides the point. The next season of The Rookie is definitely going to be a whole new area for every character. And I'll get to every specific character in a moment. But where I personally would like to see the story in Season 3 go is keep the same thing as Season 2 did, where Season 2 was a little bit more serialized than Season 1. And if they want to push the bar a little bit more, like put a couple more story-filled episodes, that's totally fine with me. I love almost every single episode of Season 2. But it's just that I would personally like them to push the line a little bit further, get a little bit more into that. I would like to see more of the earlier elements of Season 2 get some more chance to shine in Season 3 in terms of like the cartel threatening and that mysterious Black Ops mercenary dude. I would love to see them return in Season 3. I feel like they purposely set that up for like, we're gonna get some sort of continuation down the line. And seeing them again in Season 3 would only just capitalize on the fact that The Rookie is trying to delve a little bit more in the serialized pattern. Because, again, one of the real reasons why I never dived into a procedural show is because, for me personally, and, you know, if you're a Chicago, a CSI, an NCSI person, let me know. Like, am I wrong? I mean, I could be wrong. But I just never I never really saw the storyline of that, you know, personally speaking. But again, prove me wrong in the comments if you want. I never watched those shows. They're not on my view site for a long ass time. So anyway, with that being said, however, and then the reason why I went to The Rookie is that it was going to have somewhat of a story, and then it just evolved into that. So I want to see the next natural evolution for the show, whatever storyline they want to tackle on next. But of course, clearly this John Nolan being framed storyline, I honestly hope it's not a simple, like, season premiere resolution. I want this to be something that is going to, like, test Nolan a lot. Where I don't know really how... Like, again, the writers are so much more smarter than I am. And no matter how they're going to approach this when we come back from the break, I am going to expect nothing more than, like, a really good, like, something along the lines of some shocking turns of events. Like, we're going to see sides be drawn. We're going to see, like, maybe Gray's going to, like, be very torn about is Nolan really the mole? How is Nick going to get out of this? How is he going to, like, you know, continue to play like he's got the pieces? And remember, we still have Harper. Harper is pretty much the deciding, you know, I don't think Nick even knows that Harper knows at least some aspects of, like, what Nick is really hiding. So I feel like Harper is going to get drawn into this somehow. And whether or not that's going to threaten her, you know, possibility with her daughter is going to be another interesting question. And again, the Season 3 first half, I'm not going to say let's drag this out to the first half. I'm not saying that at all. But I don't want it to be like a one episode, we're done. I don't want it to be like Flashpoint of The Flash, where, like, we get this huge big cliffhanger at the end of Season 2, and then Season 3 is like, we're done. We solved this already. Like, I don't want that to happen. I don't. I want this to have its natural time to, you know, develop, but I don't want it to be more of a, like, we're going to drag out this for a while. I don't want dragging out, because I just don't like it. Anyway, to each of the characters, more specifically, and this is the perfect time to wait. Is it still hot? It's still very much hot. I have a hot tea waiting for me, and I'm very thirsty. Anyway, so where was I? Yeah, I was talking. Okay, so let's get to the character. What do I want to see to every character next season? We're gonna start our way up to Nolan. Commander Gray. I honestly feel like Gray has kind of taken a backseat this season. Like, Season 1, we had a little bit more Gray focused premises, and I know we had that episode where, like, Gray had this partner that sadly passed away on duty because of someone else. I personally would like to see more Gray episodes, like more focused on Gray. Like we had like a mini story arc in Season 1 where we got to see Gray dealing with his daughter imminently going to college, and him not wanting to, like, her, like the typical dad thing, like he doesn't want her to move away. He wants her to stay home, commute to a local college, that sort of thing. I would like to see more of that in season 3. I want to see more of Gray's backstory. I want to see more storylines developed around him because I feel like I know he's like the top dog commander. He's the one like really grinding it to each and every officer. But I want to see more of him. I want to see a different side of him. I want to see more depth to him. Not to say he doesn't have any depth right now. I just want him to have more to him than what we have right now. Let's go through the TOs next then. Bradford. Let's go for Bradford. Bradford went for a really interesting journey in Season 2 where, again, when I started out my Season 2 reviews, I was kind of fearing that, they're going to play the typical, like, he and Chen are going to hook up probably, and they're going to have this, like, dividing, relationship / co-partnership thing. But they didn't do that. Instead, they had him, like, really delve more into his emotions with his new girlfriend, Chen's friend, and seeing that was like, it was so nice and sweet because we got to see this different side of Bradford than what we're used to. And at the end of season 2, we kind of have him throw away his like initial morals and like give this a go, like give the long distance chance a go. And how will that affect him in season 3? Who knows? I honestly want him to deal with those issues. I want to see him deal with that and also contemplate like, is this worth it? Is this relationship going to be worth eventually moving to New York, starting all over again in a new city? I want to see that. I want to see that relationship develop. I want to see Bradford tackle more of those emotional responses. I feel like that's the next step for him as a character, like accepting more of his emotions and actually having him maybe have to rely on others for like emotional help. I want to see that in season 3. Diaz has been all over the place in season 2. Not a bad thing, but it's like sometimes we get like very heavy focused Diaz episodes, then we kind of take a step back from her. Not to say that in every episode we have to get like a Diaz focused storyline. I always say that because like there are moments where I remember Diaz is like front and center, and then there's just some episodes where like she's in the back. Like she gets a scene or 2, maybe 3, and then after that she's just like supporting, so to speak. Where I want to see in season 3 is that now that Bradford's kind of more focused on the emotional part, I do want to see Diaz kind of focus on being the detective wife. Like, she's still working towards to be a detective, and, with her impending marriage, but I really hope we see that wedding in season 3. I want to see this wedding happen in season 3. This would be probably one of the best episodes of the season, like, if we get an actual wedding on the show. And I know we have Henry's wedding coming up, too. I know, like, season 3 is just filled with weddings. I'm totally fine with that. And also I apologize if my hair is like starting to finally fall out. The humidity in the air is like ruining my hair, which I hate. Where was I? So that's where I kind of want to see Diaz go next season. I want to see her tackle on more of like becoming a detective. Like once, it's a similar thing to like what Bradford said to Chen in terms of like, I think a few months ago, early in the season where he actually got an offer to like transfer to another department and immediately become a detective, rise up the ranks quickly. He declined because he wanted to see Chen. He wants to finish his final rookie, which was going to be Chen, and then maybe he'll see what it goes from there. So similar to how that's on the table, I want to see Diaz potentially make that choice when it comes to like her and Wes. His relationship, because like their relationship has been a very budding friendship, and I want to see her like contemplate that. So there's going to be a lot on the table for Diaz next season. I'm really curious to see how they'll develop that further. Harper, again, given how Harper's entrance this season was not originally planned, I do feel like they handled it on the best of terms. Give her some connection to Nolan and not just make. Because, again, I said this before in the Season 2 review, like, there was absolutely no way Harper could be the next Bishop. There was absolutely no way on that, or recreate that dynamic. But they have to give it something more different and more unique to make it work, and I definitely felt like they did that this season. I want to see Season 3 Harper kind of tackle with, fully dealing with co-parenting, like, having to be a parent more often to her daughter, as well as dealing with, like, the day-to-day tasks of being a police officer. I want to see that, I want to see that pop up in Season 3. I do also kind of see, like, potentially her kind of sidelining a little bit in Season 3. I could be wrong, of course. I'm just, like, speculating or anything. But, like, given how we have to focus on this vast array of characters, I don't really see them. I don't know. Like, I could be wrong. But that's kind of where I want to see Harper go next season, as well as have a pivotal role in trying to help Nolan get out of his current predicament, as we saw him at the end of Season 2. West. Wes kind of had an identity crisis earlier in season 2, and then kind of in the second half he kind of like dipped into like just being having the romantic issues with this actor, and then also dealing with just everyone else's problem. And of course, obviously, the season 2 finale had him very much had this emotional state of like grief and guilt with his fellow Academy buddies passing at the end of the season 2 finale. I feel like in season 3, I want to see him like kind of continue to like have that identity crisis. Now have this more deeper motivation with his friends passing to kind of like continue to push himself to be the officer that he doesn't want to be like his father, but like to be his own example of being an officer. That's kind of where I want to see him go in season 3. Chen was in a very interesting direction in season 2 where this was an eternal reference to myself, but when we ended season 1, Chen was kind of like, not really doing much, to be point and clear. And I kind of, like, when I was starting the season 2 reviews, like, I was kind of like, what is going to be that thing that's going to, like, really catapult Chen to, like, having her own storyline? And then when we begin the season again, this will be the very last time I'll mention this for this television season, dealing with the prospect that Chen and Bradford might hook up at some point in this season. It's like, I don't know, man. I don't know if that's the kind of the right direction I kind of want to take this character. And then when we got to the season 2 mid-season finale and then the premiere, this was like, yes, this is the direction. This is where I want to see Chen go. And having Chen, like, kind of like, having her previous self is destroyed. I mean, we still have the same Chen, but she isn't the same, if you know what I mean. And then having her end the season off with, like, the prospect of a good relationship, having her, be really happy again. Will that stick? Will that stay? I don't really know, to be honest with you. I kind of want to see her still grapple with the emotional PTSD of what happened to her in the mid-season finale. And again, I don't want them to like eventually just like make this like her usual go-to like response. But I still don't see them being 100% done with this. With this grief and this PTSD cycle. I want it, and not to say it's a cycle, but like on the TV show, I don't think they're gonna ever like continue making this a recurring thing as compared to real life. But I do want to see them continue that to some way, maybe another half a season or so before we start to get this new Chen off the ground. And last but not least, Nolan. Nolan has always been the happy-go-lucky guy, dealing with a lot, but is always like having a smile and always holding like his best, even given the circumstances against him. In season 3, well, towards the end of season 2, we saw like everything come down on him. Like we saw his again, no one makes connections, so his informant relapsed, and he had to send her back to jail. He had to deal with early in the season. He had to deal with his first real breakup since coming to LA because he doesn't want to have another kid anytime soon. And then he also has to deal with another separation because similar grounds to what he was, having to choose between a potential romance or going back just to take care of your child is something else he had to like go for. And he's still going through. And now with this, dealing with a betrayal from Nick, and then also now being framed as being a mole for the mafia or the cartel? I forgot what family. Like, the crime family. It's a lot for Nolan, and I really want to see him, like, how is he going to handle this stress and pressure now? Like, even when we saw him at the end of season 2, like, he was still keeping his cool, but it was, like, at the very last shot of him, the very last emotional shot, he's like, fuck, how do I get this? How do I get out of this? How am I going to get through this? And that's going to be a very interesting question when we come back next season. It's like, where do we see Nolan go from here? How does he get out of this, as well as how does he deal with the emotional duress he's going to be under during and then eventually after this? I'm very much I want to see what the hell happens. I want to see. And, of course, obviously, the final thing I'll say is, how are they still going to call this show The Rookie if the rookies aren't rookies anymore? And ironically, the showrunner, the creator, talked about this in an interview. And he said that, well, technically they're always going to be rookies at every stage of their, police careers. Like, when they become sergeants, they're rookie sergeants. When they become detectives, they're rookie detectives. Like, you get my drift. I mean, I don't imagine them like immediately promoting them every single season or every other season. Like, oh, they're gonna become the next thing just to keep the name. I I don't know, like that was kind of like an interesting answer, and I'm down for that answer. I would not like if they had to rename the show just to like make it work. I mean, after a while, like for example, Smallville. Like again, I've never seen the second half of Smallville, so I could be wrong. Like, doesn't most of the second half of Smallville take place in Metropolis? So wouldn't that really like take the thing? I mean, again, you could just say that. Oh, well, Smallville is Clark's nickname, so technically, and he's the main character of the show. So obviously, it's still Smallville. Like, whatever. Okay, whatever you want to float your boat. Yeah, and my hopes for my overall one hope for season 3 is that it's better than season 2. Like, I loved season 2 much more than season 1, and I already love season 1 as is, and I want to see season 3 continue that. I also want them to be aware and also, like, try not to, like, ruin the original magic the show has. I don't want them to lose the magic of the show. I don't want them to, and if that requires to eventually down the line to eventually end the show, I'm fine with that. I am very much confident that the showrunner and the writers have a plan in place to see where this series can go. And with that being said, however, my one hope is that season 3 continues the great work that season 2 has already done and just builds on top of it. And I want to see the show continue to evolve and continue to be able to get better from here, even though it's already great as is. And my last hope is that we get Alan today to get a spinoff. That's all I want. He was a great character. I mean, I don't know what happened to that police operator line lady from the earlier in the season. If they went off and got married or something, like I want to see them be happy and get a spinoff. So that's my last hope for Rookie season 3, and that's it. That's a wrap of my rookie coverage for this television season. It's really kind of sad. I'm not gonna cry or anything, but it's just this was my first show that I reviewed, and this isn't over. I'm not done yet. I'm going to review season 3 when we get to it, but it's kind of bittersweet that, and I said this about every other show I'm doing an ending on, but it's sad that it's over. This current chapter is over, and we'll come back for another chapter. Thankfully, it's sad that we're not going to see the rookie for a while, and hopefully, when this whole COVID thing is over, we'll get season 3 and we'll be able to enjoy it. But until then, that was my season 3 predictions. So let me know in the comments below, what are your predictions for season 3? What do you hope to see? Where do you expect it to come back? Let me know. I'm always open to conversations in the chat. And I'll see you guys. I'll see you, Rookie Nation, in 2021 when we start up the season 3 reviews again. But with that being said, That's it for this issue of What's on the Tube. My original moniker is kind of gone. Anyway, so if you were unaware, this was What's on the Tube from ActionX. If you want to know what we do overall on What's on the Tube, we do DC Stargirl episode reviews each and every Friday after a brand new episode on DC Universe every Monday, and on Tuesdays nights on the CW. So quick aside, the reason why we changed this, if you're unaware, if you were listening to our previous rookie episode reviews, like, don't you guys do episodes on Thursdays? Well, we did, but we decided internally that I feel like Fridays would be a better fit for Stargirl to kind of like bring a bright amount of time in the week. Also give people enough time to watch the episode. My opinion, plus it's easier for me to record in my current voice, because when I was doing some of the Nancy Drew episode reviews, I was sometimes very vocally toned down because it was a weekday, people were sleeping, people were loud, and I couldn't really like mix that well with the audio, so I opted to delay. So we're moving it to Friday. Again, there's a whole slate of the channel coming up this coming Tuesday, I want to say. They'll explain more about this, so stay tuned for that. Also, we wrapped our Katie Clean chapter reviews each and every Saturdays that comes out with brand new episodes on the CW every Thursday night. We're wrapping that up too. We'll announce our new shows for that. But if you only care about the rookies, sadly, this is the end. This is the end of the road, Rookie Nation. No more rookie-related videos for the whole year, and we're not even halfway done with the year, so It's crazy that I won't be able to talk about these amazing characters for half a year more. It sucks, but sometimes that's kind of the price you got to pay when you're doing television show coverage. Plus, there's other TV shows out there. So if you want to keep hearing me talk about other show, you can watch our other content that we make on What's in the Tube. The next show we're doing on What's in the Tube, we're not going to announce just yet for this certain time slot. That's going to be in the June update if you're curious about that. But if you are going to stick around, you'll eventually hear about what we're going to do next. But with that being said, next week we're going to be doing my long-awaited Swamp Thing complete series review. That'll be next week. I finally finished watching the whole series. Can't wait to talk about it. I mean, it would have been more better to save my thoughts on that when it eventually premieres this fall in the CW, but I'm going to do it now because like my mind's still fresh on it, and I'll probably re-promote it when we get closer to that time period. But until then, this has again been What's in the Tube from ActionX. If you want to see more of us, please subscribe to ActionX on YouTube. Ring the bell for notifications when we have a new review live. Like, favorite, share if you want to, but it does really help us out a lot. And also follow us on social media where we always keep updates and post our new videos. And yeah, that's going to do it for me, Rookie Nation. Again, to all you out there, thank you so much for watching me since September of last year. Sucks that this leg of the journey is over. We'll be back for season 3, whenever that is. But until then, I wish you the best of luck. And again, this is your you're only here for the rookie, and you're gonna dip out until when we come back for season 3. I appreciate it all. Stay safe out there. Be good to each other. And I'll see you guys next time when we come back for the season 3 episode reviews, which is still ways away. But again, thank you so much, Rookie Nation, for being along with this ride for me. And I'll see you guys in season 3, or maybe I'll see you guys soon if you're gonna stick around for the other stuff. Thank you. Stay safe. Peace out.